Hi, my name is Redrian, and I'm a student in Wawasan Open University, currently pursuing Bachelor of Degree in Mechatronic Engineering. Today, I'd like to demonstrate a mini project about Python programming, and this project is mainly related to the random module. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so to implement a random module in Python, first we'll have to import the random. Okay, so I'll insert a comment with the symbol as shown in the screen, and I'll write that import random is required to use the random library file. Okay, so next I'll have to define the name required in this project, random number, which is selected by myself. Then you can just insert anything you want. Random number, min and max. Min and max means that the minimum and maximum number within the range of data you require to get the random number. So I press enter, and I'll use the while loop. While true means that while the user already insert the minimum and maximum value of the random number, of the range of number required. So when it's true, print choosing number. This is to make the program looks more lively. Next, print your number. Okay, here comes to the technique in this program, random randit. Random randit is used to get a random number within the data input. And without the import random above, which is here, we cannot use the random randit function because we have to import the function from the library file in the random. So after we type in random randit, we can bracket it, write minimum and maximum. Oh, there's a mistake here. I have to use another sign of bracket here for random value. Okay, here. And also next print. Your choice of getting not choice. The chances of getting the number in percentage is okay. This is a max function, but it's defined by my own. I use the max function that we can see in real life, and I just type in the function with my own mathematical knowledge. Maximum deduct by minimum and plus 1 and close the bracket and multiply by 100. And I use the percentage symbol and I close the bracket. Okay, the reason for adding 1 at here is because that when the maximum number deduct by the minimum number, it will have a number missing. For example, the minimum number is 1 and the maximum number is 10. But when 10 deducted by 1, it will show that only 9 numbers available. But however, the actual number is from 1 to 10, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and there's 10 numbers. So I have to add 1 after the deduction occurs. Okay, so next I'll use a choice function. to input W1 to change a random number and let the user choose between yes or no. Close bracket. And if choice lower equals to no, break the function. This, if choice lower equals no and break, it also means that when the choice of the user is yes, you have to redo the loop. And that's why we need to use the while loop, because we have to run everything all from the start again. Okay, this is the function and the program I set for the random number. Next, define random guess. This is another function for a random number, which is a kind of game, and user can use it to like guess the random number selected by the computer, and they'll find it fun. And it's very useful when they're in a, for example, a gathering or a homestay. They can use it and let the, for example, there are a bunch of friends, and who guessed the number selected by the computer will be the loser, and they have to take some punishment. This is like an example that I can give. Okay, random guess. Number equals to random A code B. Okay, this line is required because I don't want to type many times of random in the line below, because I would like to use the number to replace it so that I don't have to repeat to type. Okay. And the initial attempts is 1, and the function will be while true, print. The while loop is used again, and the function of while loop already defined just now. Guess the number between the two numbers selected, and let the user to input. Okay, this int inserted is because I want the number the user inserted to be an integer rather than a string or another function. Okay, insert input. Input is to let the user type in some values required. Guess the number. Okay, so later when the user saw this guess the number, they have to type in the number within the self data, the minimum. Okay, the A and B set is actually the minimum and maximum number required. However, I didn't use the minimum and maximum because I don't want to let the user confuse, because I have two different programs in this file. Okay, so if user okay, the symbol here represent not equals to. So if the user inserted the number which is not equal to the number generated by the computer, I'll print no. Sorry, please try again. This is to let the user know that the numbers the user inserted is not equals to the number generated by the computer. So he'll have to try again until he get the correct number. And the attempts will +1. Okay. Else, this means that, or else, when the user inserted the correct number, print Congratulations, you guessed the correct number successfully. Okay. Green SCR attempts. Okay, this SQL attempts means that the total attempts the user tried to get the correct number generated by the computer as a string, because I want the attempts to be an integer to prevent any, for example, the user modified the number, because I want it to be a string. Okay, plus this is spacebar plus attempts. So it will display that the user inserted how many attempts. Okay, green. Choices. Okay, make the letter on the way here. Changes of guessing the number correctly. And this round, the percentage is okay. From here, I'll need to insert the max function again. B minus A plus 1. The reason of adding 1 was already explained just now. Bracket minus at attempts minus 1 bracket and divide by b minus 1 plus b minus a plus 1 multiplies by 100. 100 is to get the number in percentage. And okay, here I use this bracket. And just now I use the wrong bracket, modified bracket, and use the percentage symbol here. Okay, then close the bracket. Okay, after he getting, there's an mistake here. I'll have to find it. Okay, I'm missing a closing bracket here. Okay, close another bracket here, and I'll continue by using choice. Here. It's the same concept as I mentioned just now. I let the user to choose in between yes and no. Close bracket. The same function will be implemented here again with choice lower. I'm going to use with choice is yes here. Okay, close it. Yes. Print. Please type random x a b and insert US values and what else? The function. The difference between the two break here is when the user input yes, then you have to tell the user to type in the range of number required by the user. Because if you let the function enroll again with the while loop, the answer generated by the computer will be the same. So there will be no difference-handed attempts will be accumulated again and again. So you have to let the user know that he'll have to type in the minimum and maximum number required before breaking the function. If the user input no, then just break the function. Okay, so then just bring type random number. So use a number min max and insert the respective values if you wish to get a random number in the range of number random yes. Sorry, yes, maybe, and this one, respective number if you wish to get, blame the yes. Okay, close the bracket. Okay, so now I'll save this file. I'll save it desktop and yes. Okay. There's an issue here, but never mind. I'll just open the file I've created earlier. It's the same. Open this one. Okay. There is the same function with some added comment here, here, and here. You can have a look. I'll give you around 5 seconds. Okay, so now I'll run the module. As you can see, it shows that you have to type random number minimum and maximum if you wish to get a random number, or else if you want to play the game of guessing the random number created by the computer, type random guess A or B. Okay, so we'll give it a try on random number minimum maximum. In this case, we don't have to type the minimum maximum again, we just type in the value 1 and 10. Okay, it shows that choosing number and the random number generated by the computer is 7 and the percentage is 10%. Okay, if you want to change the random number, type yes, and it will show another random number and the percentage will be the same. However, if you want to stop the game, just type no. Okay, and you can test it with another set of random number 120. Okay, so there's an issue here. Random number 120. Ensure that there's no spelling error. Okay. The number is 17 and the chances of getting the number in percentage is 5%. Okay, let's do it again. And the number I got is 20. Then next, I'll try random guess 1 to 5. Between 1 and 5. Okay, it shows that guess a number between the two numbers selected. And the user has to guess the number. For example, I guess 2. Okay, it shows that no, sorry, please try again. Then I have to insert another number. 3, 4, 1. Okay. Now I successfully got the correct number generated by the computer itself, and the total attempts is 4 because I've inserted 2, 3, 4, and 1, total 4 tries. And the chances of getting the correct number is 40% because I've failed for 3 times and I've success in the 4th time, so the percentage is 40%. So if we want to play again, press yes and type in the random guess. For example, 1 to 10. And guess number 1, no, 2, no, 3, 4. Okay, the 4th time, I guess the correct number. However, the percentage of guessing the number this time is higher because the total numbers able to be guessed is more compared to the last round. So we can just wish to stop this program. And the reason I've created this program file is because that I think that the random number is quite useful for some people, as some industry might need it to get a random number, for example, a lottery, although we know that it's not good for everyone and it might be illegal, but it's a common thing used in the generation now. And the random guess is to let people can use it to fulfill their leisure time, and they can play it around with friends. And the reason for inserting the percentage for getting the number in this two program is because I want to let the people know that the chances of getting a number might be very low. For example, in a 4D lottery, it will have 10,000 numbers, and the chances of getting a number it might be only 1% or 0.01. I can give it a try here. Okay, I can give it a try. 1 to, sorry, it's not 1, it's 0 to 9999. Okay, the number is 2,728. However, the percentage of getting the number is 0.01, so the chances are very, very low. So this is also a moral value able to be spread to the people in this world, that chances of getting a lottery is quite low, and it's also considered as a type of luck. So we can inspire the people that they can save money and put it in the bank and get the interest is more safer than keep playing a gambling game or a game that related to luck. So yeah, this is the program that I've created, and I hope everyone that saw this video could learn on the random module and they can be inspired with the ideas too. And that's all for my presentation. Thank you.